America has spent the last 2 decades looking for red herrings and concocting hypotheses about how our bright brothers could be shot and killed at the age of 25 on the Las Vegas Strip. The true explanation is clear, but far too many fans of the culture ignore it. Tupac sealed his destiny with a single punch to the face of a Crip. Heartbreak may teach you a lot of valuable things. We continue to justify and glamorize Tupac's thug life, aided and abetted by a corrupt judicial system that denies us much-needed closure, rather than recognizing that his brilliance was extinguished because he decided to play gangster. We need to figure out what occurred and why in order to avoid future Tupac tragedies. In today's video, let's uncover the truth behind Tupac's murder. Before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. What happened to Tupac? In a Las Vegas casino lobby on September 7th, 1996, Tupac, Death Row Records kingpin Marion Suge Knight, and Suge's crew of Bloods beat up a Southside Crip called Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. Anderson and 3 other Crips were on the hunt for retribution. They spotted Suge driving a BMW with Tupac in the front passenger seat a few hours later, whilst cruising the Vegas Strip in Anderson's leased white Cadillac. Anderson fired a shot at Tupac from the caddy's rear seat. There's no skullduggery involved. It's just simple math that continues to lead thousands of black men to their deaths. Anderson's thrashing was caught on surveillance camera. According to what informants told authorities in the tumultuous days after the killing, Suge's gangsters immediately disseminated the idea that the murderer was Anderson. Those unnamed sources were subsequently verified as Anderson's uncle, Southside Crip leader Duane Keffer D. Davis, who claims to have been in the vehicle and gave Anderson the murder weapon more than a decade later. Keffer D's comments are documented in former Los Angeles Police Department Detective Greg Kading's 2011 book Murder Rap. According to a Compton police affidavit, Pac's tragedy began in July 1996 when a group of Crips stole a death row necklace from a Blood named Trevon Trey Lane at Lakewood Mall in Compton, California. Trey Lane was with Tupac and Suge for a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas 2 months later. The Death Row gang departed the MGM Grand Stadium after the heavyweight champion knocked out Bruce Seldon in the first round, and Anderson was seen in the foyer. Anderson was one of the Crips that stole Trey's chain, according to Trey. Tupac approached Anderson and said sarcastically, "You from the South," before punching him in the face. Tupac, Suge, and his posse then proceeded to stomp Anderson out in the lobby of the MGM. Trying to refute these claims is like debating with someone who thinks Barack Obama was born in Kenya. Since President John F. Kennedy's murder, conspiracy theories have gone wild, but in most cases, the simplest answer is correct. Of course, a Crip came after a group of Bloods who humiliated him with a butt whipping. Tupac was beaten to death by a killer, everywhere on a piece of jewelry. Tupac decided to live and die by the thug life rules. Our unwillingness to acknowledge the reality reflects our failure to assist our most problematic young black males. Despite the emergence of many great uplifting rappers, hip-hop music still feeds on violence and self-destruction. Recognizing the circumstances behind Tupac's death may provide some degree of atonement. There will be no assistance from law enforcement, no justifiable clarity and closure via the arrest, trial, and sentencing processes. If those of us who care about the culture don't want Tupac's death to be in vain, we must face reality on our own. Who killed Tupac? The first section of this widely read inquiry, authored by the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Chuck Phillips, offered a detailed examination of Shakur's assailant's identity. Phillips provided evidence indicating the homicide was carried out by the Southside Crips, a gang from Compton, California. Shakur was a member of the mob Peru Bloods, a street gang that often feuded with the Crips over territory and personal grievances. Shakur and his Bloods bodyguards beat Crips member Orlando Anderson in the foyer of a Mike Tyson prize fight venue in response to one such insult. According to Phillips, this occurrence led Anderson to approach his other gang members and demand vengeance, which they decided to carry out. That concludes our video. Do you think Anderson and his gang members killed Tupac? What do you think of Tupac's career? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.